friends, and welcome back to Unread and Unfiltered Voice Notes, the chaotic companion to the podcast where I rant like it's 3 a.m. and you so didn't ask for this voice memo. But let's be honest, you're gonna listen anyway because it's unhinged, it's caffeinated, and it's slightly cheaper than a therapy session. And if you don't know me yet, hi, I'm your host, Kaylin, store manager, reader, academic, and emotionally unstable mom friend. And voice notes are going to live between the full deep dives so that we get more chaotic bestie time without you having to devote more than 10 minutes to my nonsense. They're going to be perfect for when you're folding laundry, pretending to use the bathroom to hide from your kids, or you're just doom scrolling on Instagram to avoid doing homework. Today we're going to be talking about found family, but not the cozy hot chocolate in a hand version. We're talking the messy, duct taped together, are we a family or just fellow survivors on the same sinking ship version. And real talk, pop culture sells us the fantasy that once you survive something together, you're bonded for life. From the Golden Trio to TikTok edits set to Phoebe Bridgers, it's always the same story. Chaos plus loyalty equals forever family. And sure, it's cute on screen, but in real life, most of us don't have permanent coffee shop families. We have survival families. Temporary, messy, burnout bonded ride or dies who may or may not ghost us once the trauma wears off. And that's the hill we're climbing today. The difference between forever family fantasy and survival family reality. So last week, if you missed it, we talked about found family in ACOTAR, the Court of Dreams. They're therapy with wings and battle armor, and it's the dream version of found family. The please DoorDash me this family version. And truly, it is aspirational. But let's be real, not every found family is like that. Some found families, and honestly most found families, are reality TV disasters waiting to happen. And honestly, I can't wait to see the next Hulu original, Secret Lives of the Trauma-Bonded Besties. And I know we've all had the sibling friend with overprotective energy. At first, it's great. It's really a wow, they've got my back moment. But give it 5 minutes and suddenly you're living with a parole officer that thinks they're in charge of your dating life. And the second that you push back, they're the victim, gaslighting you like it's their part-time job and you're the new hire that they're expected to train. And if you've been fortunate enough not to have the sibling parole officer, then I know you've had the trauma-bonded bestie. The one you clung to because you both survived the same hell. Maybe it was a terrible job, high school bullies, or the same nightmare assistant manager named Chad. Those bonds feel unbreakable, but once you process the trauma that caused them to form, you realize you don't have anything else in common. And just like that, the friendship evaporates like your paycheck on payday, or your will to live during inventory if you're anything like me. And please don't even get me started on bookish fandoms. I love y'all, but some of these groups are one group chat away from a cult. Matching tattoos, secret lingos, and if you leave us, you betray the family. Babe, that's not a book club. That's a Netflix docuseries waiting to happen. And every single example that I can give of this feels like a family because we've been trained to see it that way. Media drills it into us. Survival equals bonded forever. And that's why we treat our burnout coworkers as siblings, why Swifties rallied like an actual bloodline against Joe Alwyn, and why fandoms implode the second someone says, actually, the villain was kind of right. The myth of the forever family isn't harmless. It bleeds into how we see loyalty, love, even romance. We mistake chaos and survival for destiny, and suddenly the trauma-bonded family starts looking like soulmates, which is exactly how we end up romanticizing red flags with swords. And I've been there. I had a coworker who I truly trauma-bonded with. Our relationship ran off iced coffee, gossip, and a mutual hatred for the new store openers that helped set up the store. The second I accepted her resignation, though, we realized we had nothing else to talk about. She was a crisis-specific life raft, and while it hurt a little at the time, I've come to realize that that's okay. Not every family or relationship is forever. Some are just for survival. But here's the real con. Permanence sells. Pop culture wants you to believe that your freshman year Kim group is the golden trio. And that's why every sitcom couch outlasts your real friendships. And why franchises keep milking the same squad. It's marketable hope. But in real life, that loyalty expires faster than milk in August. And let's be real, most adult families are situational. Retail teams during Black Friday, friends you met at Mommy and Me class, and coworkers who kept you sane under bad management. They're all real and powerful relationships, but they're built for the moment, not for eternity. So then the real question becomes, why does the forever family fantasy stick? And it's because so many of us need it. The found family story is a lifeline. It promises that love can be chosen and kept. The shift happens when we start confusing shared survival with shared values. And when we blur that line, we start calling any loud loyalty family. Enter fandoms, the friend groups that are formed from mutual rage against a villain. Swifties aren't just defending Taylor. They built FEMA-level disaster response units on Twitter. Marvel stans once broke the internet because of a casting choice. And Star Wars fans will fight you and your grandma in the comments. Every fandom swears that it's a family. Until casting for the TV adaptation drops or someone says maybe the villain was right. Then it's Lord of the Flies in the group chat and you're side-eyeing people who used to mail you birthday cards. So let's make this clear. Pop culture sells forever, but most of us live in the for now. And for now can still be love. It's just not gonna be lifetime furniture. And this is where it starts to get dangerous. When found family energy starts to bleed into romance tropes. And then we start mistaking we survived the same fire for we're meant to be. And that's how you unlock the trauma bond to book boyfriend pipeline. So next week, we're going full deep dive on trauma bonds and book boyfriends. Or as I like to call it, why red flags look so much cuter when they're holding a sword. And just remember, sometimes your found family is a sanctuary. Sometimes it's a bus full of chaos goblins held together by snacks and spite. Great stories, but terrible life plan. So love them for now, not forever. And let them be a chapter, but not the whole book. That's the difference between survival and myth. All right, my unsolicited voice note has concluded, and now you can go back to reading your comfort book and pretending your found family isn't just enabling your chaos. I'll see you next week for the deep dive.